Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to a new episode of the FIFA 19 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. It is episode number 150. We are another halfway towards a new milestone. I mean, 150 is a milestone within itself. That's crazy. If you guys are enjoying the series and you're feeling generous today, hit me with a thumbs up. If we can hit 2,000 likes, that would be epic. So, my squad, Ronaldo. These are their goal-to-game ratios after the last weekend league and stuff. Aubameyang has actually still got a ridiculous contribution ratio, you know. Obviously, now he's kind of coming back into the frame, getting those headers at the back post, but also providing a lot of assists when I whip it towards Arnautovic or towards Ronaldo. So yeah, that's kind of working a treat. So this episode is not going to be gameplay related. It is going to be mainly sort of different SBCs and stuff and a bit of a club clear out in order to basically see where we stand, because we're kind of poor right now with the players that we've got, you know, because of Ronaldo. He's 1.7 million's worth of tradable player, and that's kind of all the coins that I had after doing other SBCs along the way. So I did complete a FUT swap SBC, because that's going to actually allow me to go out and complete my February FUT swap player that I want to get. And of course, we've still got probably like half the month left to probably get another few FUT swaps, which might mean that we can get somebody else or something else as well. But Whiten from Hearts is the player that comes in, and he is our 6th FUT swap item, I do believe, which is perfect in order to go and unlock a certain Juan Jesus, Brazilian centre-back from Roma. So I wanted to get him because, like, I just feel like in future there's a chance that we might either get like requirements to use a Brazil team or requirements to use a Serie A team, and if so, like I've got a couple of Brazilian players untradeable at the moment. He adds to that, and then also I have a untradeable UCL Manolas and a red, is it Olsen, which I'll show you in a moment. But he gives me a little triangle of chemistry should I ever need that. And with FUT swaps, like, yeah, I could save all the way up and get a 100k pack and possibly get something amazing, or literally get like a non-board 82 rated player or something. Or I could just take someone which not everyone's going to have, and we might want him at some point in time. Or should you need an 84 rated player to submit from the Serie A, I could always just submit him into an SBC if we really wanted to. I've done that with Mikel Antonio before, and that saved me a bunch of coins when West Ham players went up. Was that for Arnautovic? I think it was for Arnautovic. So you're seeing that I'm going out and buying a couple of very random players here. I've bought like an Adan, Mata, Fejsa, or Fejsa. I'm not sure if that's, I don't know what the correct pronunciation is of his name. And we also buy a Nani as well. And it is because I realised I actually had a fair amount of untradeable stuff in the club, and I wanted to go ahead and do Petr Cech to get the packs to see if we could, you know, to risk it to try and get something. And I think Petr Cech looks like a very good goalkeeper should we find ourselves in a position where we can just use any Prem goalkeeper, which is fairly likely somewhere along the lines in the road to glory. So I thought, you know what, I'll just use these untradables. Literally, I think that nearly that entire squad, it may be that entire squad was untradeable. I had them all already in my club anyway. It was just the second one here, the Premier League team, of which I had to go out and buy like 4 or 5 players. And the other players in that squad are untradeable, like a Valencia, a Jimenez, Hradecki I went out and bought, didn't I? It means by using those players that we've got in this squad, I can use 78 rated Angus Gunn as the inform, who isn't a super valuable one. I've got Fraser, I've got Juanfran and Sacco sat on the bench in that squad, who are all informs that are sitting at around 40,000 coins because of their rating. I'd rather save them for something else down the line. But what this does mean is that, I mean, I spent like 11k and like maybe 15k, and I come out with this 91 rated item, which I literally won't go straight into my squad or anything for chemistry reasons, but I just feel like I could probably use him later down the line. And it's our first end of an era card coming to the Road to Glory, a premium squad building challenge. So he's 91 rated. Obviously, I really like the graphics of the SBC art, which had basically his helmet around it. I thought that was absolute class quality. agility, 90 diving, 92 reflexes, 89 handling. I think that was 80 kicking. What was his speed? 50 speed, 91 positioning. Basically, Cech is 6'5", has the long throw trait, and with those stats, basically if you put a keeper on full chemistry and leave them on basic, they get kind of like 99s nearly everywhere. So he's 6'5", and I feel like that's probably quite a good thing. So, the packs from that we open the first one, which is a mega pack, I do believe, and we're able to pack an 83 rated player who is Rui Patricio from Wolves. Not bad. At least we got boards from a mega pack, right? Sometimes you would hope for a walkout, but it's not quite going to work out that way for us. And we get a couple of 82s there and some other things to add to the club, contracts, squad fitnesses. I think we get 3 squad fitnesses? Yes, we do, which is always useful. Some position modifiers and then some discardable stuff, and I will sell that Da Costa on the market. And then it came down to the Prime Gold Players Pack, which unfortunately we don't see a walkout from. I like to risk it. I feel like flashback items and end of an era items, if they are that sort of price, which is around 100k, they're very tempting to do because you nearly get 100k's worth of packs. I know you're unlikely to get 100k back, but if you could get the odd walkout or something, it drastically reduces the price of an SBC. It's just unfortunate in this one that we weren't quite able to get that. But selling all of those players on, I'll probably make, I don't know, 20k back or so, which is just not too bad at all. So this is a potential Prem squad that I could put together based off of players that I've literally got in my club right now. Obviously, it wouldn't play like that. It would be more of a 4-2-3-1, but just using players that I had in certain positions. And again, this is what I've got for Serie A, which is also fairly usable. The amount of good players we've got here. I've not tried this Alejandro Gomez. I have been thinking about we could potentially sell Mbappe, and my quick, rapid, substitute that I bring on in the second half could be 87 rated Alejandro Gomez. That would free up a couple of 100,000 coins to, I don't know, do something else with. This is a potential way that we could have our squad right now as well. I could play Marcos Alonso on 7 chemistry as a centre-back. And that would, of course, bring Bobby and Fabinho up to full chem, or basically put Arnautovic on full chem. But in that squad right there would be one player off full chemistry, just like what we've currently got as well. And that would be Marcos Alonso instead of Arnautovic. I think what we've currently got is probably better than what that squad was right there. So I don't think I'm going to make that change right now. It's a little bit of a struggle to find a second Premier League centre-back that's super OP, because I really like Thiago Silva. He's been doing great stuff for me, so I feel like there's no real need to change at this point in time. But once again, I do realise that someone like Thiago Silva, or more Kazawa, is upgradable. There's someone there there must be a player there that's better than him. Regular Alexandro would be better than him, but of course, even if we did that, it would take Thiago Silva off chemistry, for example. So I then went and had this club clear out that I said I was going to do, and basically tried to sell all of my tradable things that weren't Mbappe or Ronaldo or Cancelo or Alisson. I think they might be the 4 tradable players I have in my club that aren't silver or bronze right now. Yeah, we've got a lot of untradables, and then obviously about 2 million coins, 2.3 million coins worth of cards that are tradable that we could just liquidate if we ever needed to. And then marquee matchups for the Champions League came out. So that's interesting. That obviously that's come back this week. There is also the upgrade packs for UCL players. I see them as much less relevant than they ever have been, just because we've had so many good releases of players since the last time Champions League stuff was out. I did have to go out and buy a few things here. I probably spent 10k or so, but luckily I moved over to the untradable section of my club and still had a fair amount there to use in SBCs, because actually I forgot that this sort of thing was likely to come out, and I sold all of the tradable stuff I had in my club, didn't I? Probably could have made more money selling it after 6 p.m, but like I said, I just completely forgot that Champions League stuff was going to come out. We get Bas Dost in our premium gold players pack. So that's a 25k pack. Not bad. He's not a discard player. You know, he's going to cost you 2,500 coins. We also get a PSG player there, and also Mustafi was an expensive player from that pack as well. So that's all right. That's not bad return, really. And then, unfortunately, Prime Players packs lately just not quite been doing it for me. Literally, that was a good Prime Gold Players pack, a 45k pack. We've had another one in this episode as well, which we didn't even get boards from. And unfortunately, again, we don't get that this time. But we do get Philip, who plays for Dortmund, who sells for 3,500 coins because of marquee matchups. So I'm not sure, like, if we've profited or not from this, but in total, like, it meant that I could trade untradeable stuff in for tradable rewards, so I'll take it. Now, Sergio Oliveira is definitely not what you want to see in your UCL 3 player pack, especially because these 3 players are tradable as well. It would have been lovely to get a walkout, someone that was valuable, people are buying and stuff. But we're up to 70,000 coins. I've still got some stuff to sell. I actually now have some more tradable things in my club as well. Prem fullbacks, Dortmund players, United players, PSG players, and Spurs players. Those are the sorts of things that have gone up in price because of UCL marquee matchups. So have a little whip round in your club, see if you've got anything that matches those requirements that you could either use to do marquee matchups if you want, or to sell them on to make a little bit of profit whilst they are relatively high in price. So that's basically it for the Road to Glory episode today, guys. A little bit of like club clearing and stuff. I wanted to move to this screenshot just to end the episode and talk a little bit about the prime icon moments. This is about as much as we know so far, unless we get any info late on Tuesday evening after I've recorded this commentary. But basically we're getting a 4th level of icons coming out on Friday night. Now, when I saw this, I was kind of like gobsmacked. We've got icons with even better stats with dynamic images. I was like, that's sick, that's awesome. But I think it went down fairly negatively across the board, and after sitting there thinking about it for a little bit, I can sort of understand why. So people obviously get icons on FIFA 19, and we know that the top tier one is called a prime icon, which is literally that icon in their prime, can't get any better, really. And I think in the past it's almost been sort of said that these are the best versions of these players we've ever got. I saw a tweet which was from FIFA 18. To be fair, we haven't had that tweet in FIFA 19, but yeah, I can sort of understand, especially when one of the 3 images that we've seen is of George Best, who is someone that has had a Prime Icon SBC come out. You can see why people that have done that particular challenge might be a little bit annoyed that they thought they were going to be getting the best version of a specific icon and now aren't. Yeah, I mean, I think most of the problems that came across on Twitter were that people were saying that this just, you know, it's just, they're just coming out in packs. Maybe at some point in time we'll get the SBCs. Hopefully, for our sakes, we get the SBCs sooner rather than later. And EA did do a tweet which basically said, I think what it means is that there's going to be an upgrade path. So if you did best as a Prime SBC, there's a way that you'll be able to probably put that best in to get the 94 best. I doubt it will just be one to get the other. There'll probably be a cost on top of that because he's a better card, right? But I think that's good. And that could potentially lead us down the road of upgrade paths in the future. If you take a look back to Royce Player of the Month SBCs that we've had this year, when the first one came out, yeah, it's a great card and a lot of people did it because it was, you know, a decent, valuable Bundesliga card. And then for the next 2 months, he literally got Bundesliga Player of the Month, but you couldn't resubmit the first one or the second one to get the second or the third one. And I feel like as someone that if you do that SBC and a better version comes out, there should be a separate SBC, one for people that didn't do the first one and just want to go and complete it. And let's say a Royce costs 1 million coins, you can go out and complete that. Or if the first one cost 700,000 coins to get, there should be an upgrade path where you can submit that one plus another 200,000 or 300,000 coins or whatever to upgrade yours to whatever the current best level one is. I think that would be a great idea, and it's something that we sort of used to get a little bit back in the day when like Harry Kane or Salah got Player of the Month, and you could, and one of the requirements was always a special version of this player needs to go in. But I also get that completely ruins the market for in-form value prices. If that player, like if Harry Kane has an in-form, his price just goes to max. So I think a lot of people are skeptical about prime icon moments. I'm actually quite looking forward to them. They're even better icons with dynamic images. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty excited for that. If you were able to pack one of these in your rewards or something, you've done incredibly well. So I'll be interested to see, 1, how many of these come out, 2, how often they come out, 3, when they come out in SBCs as well, and 4, how much more expensive they are, and if there's a nice way that you can sort of do an upgrade path if you already owned one that had an SBC previously. So sorry, that's just a little bit of a ramble towards the end of this episode, but I wanted to just touch on this because I think it's gone down more negatively than I think it should. I don't know. I see this as a relatively good thing, especially if there is going to be an upgrade path. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comment section, of course. And if you could smash a like on the video, that would be awesome. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. All of those links can be found down below in the description. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.